is it this time, Torgal? Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks.
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak...
That's the...
I'll leave for Randalar. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmec...
Excellent.
No.
Say what you will, Lady Karen.
Pining for something, but what is it? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor at a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
What do you think happened to Miss Mid?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take...
No. Well, yes, but that's...
It's Miss Mididol. She's been
Very strange.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
in the clouds.
That's what I said, in the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long ago.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid?
Oh, don't listen to her. Even if you did break the...
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can...
You do that. She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him.
Thanks for the warning.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally... My name is Herman. I wish to be deployed to Earth.
No. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. I was raised in an... Or rather... It was not a place of nurture. It existed so... We were tortured. Until we feared, and few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many, but they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured. Sid.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vie de Grace.
All right.
May the mothers guide.
Has Middledore mentioned a project yet?
Not exactly.
Mid.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise...
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. Is this really so important that you need to shut...
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves. The Fallen had their chance. But they relied too much... But not me. Well, almost.
And is that a one-one...
Are you volunteering? I'll have you... But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil. And not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crack. Then I'll need some bone, or shell.
If it's beast bones you're after...
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered...
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
All right, Sid. Come to...
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project.
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for...
I do. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard.
I'll keep that in mind. Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down...
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom, and it's only right that I return the favor.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than... I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to... But perhaps it is...
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, but this book... It set me on the path to...
Sid, I was one...
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds. As you know, the work we do is not easy. Which is why we test...
I don't mind, but...
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and... But scouting? We're few with the nose for that. Which is why we still rely so heavily, and since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many...
Truer words. I'll let the initiate know that you be... And that he is to proceed directly to North...
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll...
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Sid, do you have a...
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems this... And something else. Records from a Waluda...
How did she come by such a...
Finding bearers always was her strong... And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives. And even better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever...
Sid, I'd like to believe that, and while I'm well aware that you've forbidden curse breakers from traveling to Walud, I can't let those bearers die in their cells.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable...
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protege. The thought of him held captive...
He must be very important to you.
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow. We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I, Doris. Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received word from Cyril.
His will.
In the crypt, beneath Rosalith, after Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to, and in the process of doing so...
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you...
Very well.
Clive, my boy.
Hippocrates. I've been charged with locating a book.
Then you seek a rare gem, one whose name I had not thought. You've been
right as always, but she didn't seem keen to tell me very much.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade. Clive, if the young I fear she asks the impossible.
The executors?
Coveters of a clandestine organization committed to one such text, being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling a tale which could overturn the established order, or so rumor has it. I've never actually...
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy is the executors. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books,
which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executor.
But what drives them?
A fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the you may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the...
Then my hunt was doomed from the... What was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air, no. Rumors of the executors are right, but rather less so across the street. I had a friend. Alas, I have heard naught from, but though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that if you were, by some chance, able to save even a...
Very well. I'll be sure to pay guard. All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a little bit more... Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... You've already given me one. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the... To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. That'd mean the crystal is...
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. Mid's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers?
Here to help me pack. Thanks, but I'll be traveling light.
You're really going to go through with it?
I am. But before I go...
If it's within my power to help you...
It's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The hideaway.
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. A damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in
What?
Every last one of the bastards.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic... We need to evacuate. There's no time. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready. Well, what do you wait?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to tell them to prepare for a full and immediate...
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else.
What's... Nikashi?
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important... There's been an ether flood. Out at the camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering, but they're no longer just bandits. They're a cat. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation.
Oh, do we? And...
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading, you may believe his lies,
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt. If he had not been unmasked, he may a great honor for one. He might well feel a...
Lord Underhill, forgive me. Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. But for the sake of... If there is any chance that this is true...
There isn't. You can be certain of. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Furder.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Furder.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Nat. They've convinced themselves that nothing The bloody fools. Which means the town guard can't be counted on, but I can. If there's... You only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor?
I couldn't abandon her, and Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, Bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go on!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes!
Go! Come on, then.
Go on! Go! Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Go. Go on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Come, everyone! To the bathhouse! Global was telling the truth.
I may not be a soldier, but I can fight.
Will we be safe in the bathhouse?
This way! Everyone inside!
Anything I can interest you in? My thanks. Here you are. An excellent choice.
Ready, go?
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
This one.
You're finished! Can't leave a single one alive.